Once a year, in sunny Clayville, there was a contest, the Great Clay Mountain Climb. Everyone in town would come, they would watch and cheer. It was a very special day, a day for hopes and dreams made of clay. The mountain was not just any mountain, it was made of clay. So many colors, red, blue, yellow, green. It twisted high and turned around. It reached for the bright clay sun, a beautiful, wobbly tower of hope. Each year, it looked a little different, a new challenge for brave clay hearts. This climb was important. It was not just about who was fastest or strongest. It was about trying hard and not giving up. Even when the clay got slippery, even when your clay knees felt weak, it was about the spirit inside. The prize was a shiny golden lump of clay, a special clay that shimmered and gleamed. But the real prize was something else, the feeling of climbing, reaching, and growing. The journey up the colorful clay was the truest prize of all. There was a little climber named Pip. Pip was made of soft blue clay. He was not very big. He was a bit round. Sometimes he wobbled when he walked, but Pip had a big heart and a very big dream. He dreamed of the mountaintop. He dreamed of seeing the whole of Clayville. Pip wanted to show everyone that even small clay folk can do big things. He wanted to feel the wind up high and touch the clay clouds. His little clay hands would practice gripping tiny pebbles day by day. He believed he could. Then there was Blossom, a lovely climber made of bright pink clay. She was graceful and careful. She moved like a gentle clay flower. Blossom loved to practice her climbing. She would find quiet spots and climb small clay mounds. Slow and steady was her way. Blossom climbed for the joy of it. She loved the feel of the clay and the quiet focus when she climbed. Reaching the top was nice, but the climbing itself was her true love. The contest day arrived. Bright and clear, the clay sun smiled down, a warm yellow smile. A little clay trumpet blew a happy sound. Toot! Toot! The climb began. The crowd of clay people cheered. Go, climbers, go! They shouted. Pip and Blossom felt a thrill. Their clay hearts beat a little faster. The mountain wall was tricky. There were sticky patches of purple clay. They pulled at your hands and feet. There were slippery slopes of green clay. You had to be so very careful. Some climbers slipped and tumbled. They landed softly on a puffy clay cloud below. Then they would try again next year. Pip started his climb. He was determined. His little blue hands reached. His little feet pushed, but the clay was sometimes wobbly. He slipped a little. He felt a tiny bit scared. But he remembered his big dream. Blossom moved with her usual grace. Slowly, surely she climbed up. Higher and higher they all climbed. Then they reached a very tricky part. It was called the Gooey Gulch, made of soft, brown, sticky clay, like chocolate pudding but not for eating. It was hard to get a good grip. Many climbers got stuck there. Their clay feet sank deep in the goo. Blossom arrived at the Gooey Gulch. She looked carefully. She planned her way. She reached for a knob of orange clay, but the orange clay crumbled. It broke. Oh no! Blossom slipped. She dangled, held only by one pink hand. The crowd below gasped a clay gasp. Her heart thumped like a tiny drum. Pip was just below the gulch. He saw Blossom. He saw her struggle. He could have tried to climb past her, but Pip stopped. He called out, "Blossom, hold on tight!" His voice was small but clear. He knew he had to help. Blossom heard him. She stretched and found the purple clay. It held! She was safe. She smiled at Pip. They climbed on. Pip and Blossom, sometimes near each other, sometimes apart. The top of the mountain was getting closer. They could feel a cool clay breeze. The clay sun felt warm on their backs. The crowd below looked like tiny dots, like colorful sprinkles on a giant cake. They were tired, their clay arms ached, but they kept going. And then, they were there. At the very top of the Great Clay Mountain, Pip, the small blue climber, Blossom, the graceful pink climber. They stood together on the peak. The golden lump of clay gleamed. They looked at each other. They smiled. They decided to share the prize. It felt right. They learned something important that day. Trying your best is a wonderful thing. Helping a friend is even better. The journey, the effort, the friendship, these were the true